What you're about to watch is rocket science, and there will be a quiz later. So here Andrew is illustrating the three different types of rake. This is the rock rake. This one is a plastic or rubber leaf rake, and then a metal leaf rake. Any of these will work, but you really want to stay away from the rock rakes just for doing leaves because you don't want to disturb the soil. Here's just a basic soft spot where water is coming from in front of me, behind me, and off the left down the hill. Tim's pointing to the drain, and he's just going to clean the leaves out of there so that that spot can dry up. Here's an example of trail creep, and as you can see, we cleared the leaves first, but the debris was causing the riders to ride closer and closer to the edge of the trail. And as you can see, instead of it being up where the green moss is, it's now down the hill and right up against those two little trees. Here's a second example, just a little further down. As you can see, it's moved down the hill, should be where the moss is, and then there's a tree right there again waiting for a handlebar. Here's where we just cleaned out a basic drain to get a nice wet spot. You can see there's still water. This is a spot that we would want to report, not try to tackle. There's a hole there. It's pretty significant degradation of the trail, so we want to make Kay aware of this so that she can get some builders or whoever needs to come to correct this problem. Tim is just clearing out the hole so people can see it and also get the leaves out of there so that it can go ahead and at least drain a little bit until it can be repaired. And then, oh man, down!
What in the hell was that all about?
Just a little further down, there was an area where they have corrected a similar issue, and there's where water would come in, and then there's a pipe that goes actually under the trail and then comes out right there. So that's the type of fix we'd be looking for. Here's one where water was coming from three directions again, down the gully from up above, and then where Tim is standing, and then it was also coming from behind me right there. And so we want to completely clear this off and make sure that we also reestablish that there's no lip there so that the outslope is good and the water will sheet across. Here's Tim acting as a rider with a handlebar. Trail has crept out down the hill, and as you can see, he's going to hit his bar on that if he's riding down the trail. So it should be up to the left a little further. We cleared it first. Again, I shouldn't have done that, but it should be right there so that now as he's riding, there's no worry about the tree. Here's Andrew clearing just a basic drain where it's raised on each side, and then there's a gap, and it was really clogged up. So there it is once it's cleaned out. Here is the junction of Taylor Homestead and SBAT, and you see these little embedded rocks in the soil. We want to leave these. These are a part of our soil structure. If we remove this off of this berm, we'll just have a muddy mess. So an example of what not to do right there. Here's a little roller, and Tim is just clearing out the leaves so that it can drain. It's just a little bit of a grade reversal. We use them as little jumps, but they serve a second purpose. Here's a spot where the leaves have just crept down the hill, and the trail has just crept right to the edge where the hill is. So want to get that cleared off so that there's a little bit more room for people to ride. And then this was the second example of that, and you can kind of see where there's a drop off and people would be uncomfortable with that. So we just want to clear those leaves off the high side of the trail, not take everything, but just enough to open the trail up. Here it is from behind, and Tim going back to make sure that he clears the drain where the grade reversal is. Okay, so that's just a few examples of what we want to try to be doing out on the trail. We don't want to do anything big. It's not rocket science. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you want to just go ride SBAT right now in the next few days, you can see examples of what we did real time, and you'll see the elevation change much better because the GoPro does not do a good job of picking up elevation. Thanks again for everybody's participation, and happy riding.